Welcome, everyone, to today's show. A boomer and a Gen Xer walk into a bar, coming to you from the Rabbit Hole Studio, where you, as our listener, will experience some wit and wisdom, some smartassery, and a mother and a daughter questioning, are we even related? My name is Bobby Joy, and my co-host is my mom, Jane, and we are here to entertain you for a little bit, and I think this one will be entertaining.
It will be entertaining based on what we've already talked about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I will warn listeners, this is one that we just kind of pulled out of thin air.
Yeah,
but we're both
like
ready for it.
Yeah, it was like a last minute, let's do that topic.
Absolutely. And sometimes those are the best.
Yeah, because other people have asked us about this too and said, have you ever had somebody say this?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, like a lot of, I'm getting older and we do a lot of reminiscing for Gen Xers about how we were raised by our boomer parents and things like that.
You guys make up so much bull crap. We were beat. We were never let back in the house. We were starved to death.
Okay, well, you did kill me a few times, but you brought me back.
But did you die? Did you?
You brought me back. Yeah. We did get beat. Okay, probably rightfully so. I don't remember.
You call them beatings. I call them,
taps.
Medium spankings.
Medium spanking. Oh, for the love of God. So speaking on that, let's talk about some lies that we have been told throughout our lives.
You mean like common lies that other people might have been told too?
Yeah. Let's see if our listeners have heard of these lies or if this is just some
something
some
that
of
ran
our own
in
family
our
bullshit.
So these are kind of common lies that are misconceptions, I guess, that people may have heard while they were growing up as kids or even adults.
Right. And I just kind of threw this topic out. So I'm kind of interested as to what you have come up with or what you've thought of when I say these
Mine
things.
are probably pretty simple-minded lies. Yours are probably some hardcore thing that you're going to call me out on and roll up on me on.
I mean, maybe one.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know in
one.
advance.
But I think it was my dad that told it to me, so we'll just do that.
See,
Yeah,
because if it's really bad, I'm going to blame him. Hey, can I have the chicken? I may need some emotional support here.
No, he's mine.
Oh, what's his name?
You have an emotional support rabbit head.
Oh yeah,
It looks like it's
what's the chicken's name today? Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck the chicken in.
Chuck the chicken, because I might chuck him at I might chuck him at somebody.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about lies we have been told.
Right.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to let you start on this one.
Oh, sure. So I'm going to start with I know it's one that we were all told when we were kids, and it was kind of a nationwide thing. When we were kids, we were told, you remember the food pyramid. Things like that. So, when we were kids, we were pretty healthy kids. I mean, other than the fact that we were eating pure sugar and drinking groundwater, we were pretty healthy kids.
Oh my gosh.
But
see, that's
with
not
the
even
food
true.
pyramid, here's the thing though, with the food pyramid, we were told things like, hey, you need to eat 8 to 11 servings of grains. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a lot of grains, because they were pushing grains on us. Well, now they wonder why we're all fat and addicted to carbs. I wonder why.
And why we have gluten intolerance.
Right. It's so good for you, all these grains and bullshit.
So I got to correct you on this because you know what? You girls ate very healthily when you were growing up, when you were younger.
Right.
Because
when we had control.
When I had control.
Right.
Because I remember my brother even saying, what are you feeding those kids? Because I used to say I could put an apple in one hand and a candy bar in the other hand, and you guys would always pick the apple.
Right.
Because you just weren't used to having all that other crap. And he used to go, what are you feeding them? Grout and kitty litter? No.
I mean, we were really skinny kids.
You were skinny
and we were
kids,
active.
But you were very active and you
were
were very healthy. And so when I had control over it, and now you're drinking Monster drinks. So there's that.
Depresso espresso. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so that was one of yours. I have one here that cracking your knuckles will cause arthritis.
Oh yeah, it's just synovial gas being released.
I mean, it's like, what are you talking about? That is not.
And it's proven not to be true.
No, it is not true.
Yeah, I've cracked my knuckles since I was a little. I mean, I have arthritis, but not because of that.
Now this one is kind of interesting because now I think it really is true. If you sit too close to the TV set, it'll affect your eyes and you'll go blind. Think about how many people have poor eyesight because they're looking at a computer every single day.
Think about how many kids had to sit next to the TV set because we didn't know we needed glasses.
Well, well, back then we didn't really have remotes either, and so you guys had to sit close so you could change the channel.
Right.
So what else? What else were you told?
One thing that, growing up in the Midwest, it's kind of different than other places because we are, even in the cities, the bigger cities, we are farming communities.
Right.
Okay, period. It doesn't matter. You could be going through Des Moines, which is kind of a bigger city here in Iowa. You're still going to see farming equipment all the time.
Right.
It's just how it is. And growing up, and I do believe this to my core. We were taught that, farmers are the lifeblood of this land. They're so important. They're so revered and, almost to a godlike status that these farmers are feeding all of these people and they're the ones keeping us alive. Well, I call bullshit on that because listen, here's why I call bullshit on it. Because if that were true, the government would not allow companies to make farmers buy seeds every year instead of reusing them because they have allowed these seed companies to patent seeds to where farmers are not allowed to reuse the seeds that they have left over from last year. They have to reapply and repay to use those seeds for the next planting season.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not
I know
wrong.
I'm not.
And and seeds are all GMOs now, of course.
Correct.
And
the government's got their hand in it,
But
and they're forcing these farmers to do these things. Well, if farmers are the lifeblood, which they really are, I love farmers. I mean, farmers are amazing in the fact that
hard workers.
What they do, sun up to sundown every single day. But we revere them as people, but the government treats them as subsidies.
That is true. And, farmers are blamed for, obviously, soil contamination and our waterways and things
crop
like
prices.
that. Crop prices, yeah. And, the fact of the matter is that's all driven by industry.
Correct.
And so, people go, well, you don't have to buy Roundup Ready seeds. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a choice. A big one here in Iowa is Stein.
Yeah.
Stein is huge. I mean, I actually used to serve in one of the bars I worked in. I used to serve Mr. Stein because he would come in and drink old fashions.
Okay.
I knew him, not personally, but as a business level. And he is one of the biggest names in the Midwest because he's the seed man.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to buy his seeds.
Yeah.
You have, in one way or the other, you're going to have some Stein in your property.
Well, this kind of gets back to the government involvement, doesn't it?
And that's another lie we're told, is that the government is for the people. It has the best interests of their citizens in mind when it does things.
That is
bullshit.
The biggest lie
That is the biggest lie. We were force fed when we were younger. Oh, it was horrible.
See, your lies go so much deeper than mine. Mine
are kind of, I started out kind of nationwide, ones that we would all hear, or even worldwide, because some of these are worldwide.
Mine are like stupid ones. Like if you keep having that face, it's going to stay that way. I mean, to me, that was a lie, obviously.
I mean, I've seen some pretty ugly kids, and I don't know if they made that face, and somebody, so the whole thing is if you make that face and you slap them on the back of the head hard enough, it was going to stick. That's what we believed as kids. So, anyways. Okay, so how about swimming after eating?
Oh, yeah, you have to wait at least a half hour.
No, you don't.
No, that's what the lie was.
Like, who's telling people this. Oh, I got a cramp. I mean, worst you're going to do is maybe poop in the
You're
pool.
only in 4 feet of water. You know,
what are we doing here?
What do you think's going to happen?
How about gum? If you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 10 years.
7 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's
no, you
true.
poop it out.
You poop it
It
out.
comes right back out.
So, you know, we could go into the Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and Tooth Fairy thing.
Well, I think that's more of a childhood, you know, keeping them innocent, keeping them having that magic in their lives where they believe in something that's...
So were you told something specific, Bobby, that was like family related that you found out was a lie later?
So I was a really weird freaking kid. Okay, so I'm going to put some things out there. There was a couple times, so I used to get up in the middle of the night and eat sticks of butter out of the fridge. Okay, I got in trouble for that quite a few times.
I do remember that.
I used to eat entire tubes of toothpaste when they came out with that Crest Kids.
Yeah,
I got in so much trouble for that.
The glitter
crap.
stuff really was effective too.
Oh man, yeah. But one thing I used to do as a kid that I know just drove you and my dad nuts is I would pick at my belly button. And I think I've said in a previous show, I have a really deep belly button. And so as a little kid, you know, you just kind of get bored. Instead of picking my nose, I'm just sitting there picking my belly button. And it was to the point where I would make my belly button bleed regularly. And then I would pick the scabs, because what's more fun than picking a scab to a 5-year-old? Nothing. So I don't know, and I'm not going to pin it on anybody. I don't know if it was you or dad. Could have been a grandparent. One of them said that if you keep picking your belly button like that, it's like the end of a balloon. You're going to pop and you're going to deflate.
I know who said that to you.
Scared the shit out of me.
I know who said that to you.
Who said that to me?
It was your Mima. Yeah, it was her. I remember that happening, and I thought, hey, I'll go with it. You know, I mean, hey, if it'll stop her.
Shit out of me. I'm like, I'm going to go all over the room. And then there's Flat Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Flat Stanley.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, and it got me pretty quickly to quit picking at my damn belly button.
So, yeah, that was, I do remember that. You know, some of the things that I remember being told that are really kind of just misconceptions, I think, are biblical.
Okay.
And
well, you grew up in a very religious household,
yeah, I
too.
did. Okay, so here's another one. God helps those who help themselves.
Okay.
That's not in the Bible. That's nowhere in the Bible to be found. Nowhere.
Huh.
Now, God does talk about, you know, making sure that you work. You have to work to support yourself. And
see,
of
and I've
course,
always, you know, I've
there's
heard
work in there.
the God helps others, or, you know, helps you if you help yourself.
mean,
but I've always heard it as, you know, pray to God, but row towards the shore.
Well, that's your saying.
Well, no, you used to tell me that. Pray to God, but keep rowing towards that shore.
Well,
you know?
I would say pray to God and hope that he shows up before before I do. Because
And another one that I think you told me, I mean, I was going through a really, really, really bad time, depression wise and things like that in my early 20s. And one thing that you had told me is, I was like, man, you know, this is hell. I'm going through hell. And you said, you find yourself in hell, keep going.
Yeah.
Why would you stop?
why would you
keep
stop
going
for a minute?
Yeah.
Just
So-
keep going and just keep
But
moving.
yeah, I mean, like it's crazy the things that they say are quote unquote biblical, and they're nowhere in the Bible.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
wait,
there's a lot of
second.
stuff there, and I'm no master at the Bible, that's for sure. And I will say, you know, Dr. Domain's here, and he's a little more versed on it than I am, for sure. Oh, he's definitely more versed.
And
on
we're
it
not going to
than
go
I
down the
am.
religion rabbit hole.
We're not going to go
No,
down
we're
that, but
not.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that people refer to as being said by Jesus or being said by God that has
or written in the Bible,
or
and it's
written
like,
in the Bible. and it's
Point it
like,
out.
Stand down. Stand down.
Point it
you
out.
know, and I'm just gonna. I will say this though. You know, if you're gonna throw Jesus or God's name around, read the Bible first.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway,
So what's you got another one that?
well, you know, there's one about if you're in the shower or in the bathtub, you know, in a lightning storm, you could get electrocuted if lightning hits your house.
Now that
But-
used to be true.
Before houses were required to be grounded.
Well, because of copper and piping. because of the metal piping. Now we use mostly PVC.
Well, we do, but it also had to do with making sure that the house was grounded,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
So, I mean, that was kind of a lie once, about like the 80s, 90s hit type of thing. Yeah.
80s,
Yeah.
90s type
Yeah,
thing.
when they started doing that.
Dr. Domain, can you think of a lie that you were told or that you remember, just a lie that's like, yeah, growing up, we all
Did you wear a
believed
lot
that.
of hats as a kid? Were you ever told that if you wear hats all the time that you would lose your hair?
Were you ever
Because I was
told,
told that.
Yeah.
were you ever
That's what
told
did it.
that if you don't put
That's what did it.
were you ever told that if you don't put a coat on that you'll catch pneumonia?
Yeah.
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 Come on.
Crazy.
That's not how you get pneumonia. Yeah. What else? You cross your eyes like that and they're going to stay that way. Well, the muscles in the eyes are a little bit stronger than that.
Yeah. My favorite one was you can grow up to be anything you want to be. Bullshit. I mean, look, you work hard at something, you might get somewhere that is close to what you want to do.
Oh,
and there are the lucky
Bobby.
few that actually have what it takes to be what they want to be when they're young. But guess what? Every kid in my class wanted to be an astronaut. I mean, until we watched the Challenger explode on TV. But we're not all made to be astronauts. I don't care how hard you work. Okay, not all of us were made to be astronauts.
I want some of our listeners to tell us, what lies were you told, when you were growing up or as a young adult, and that, that you kind of look back now and go, what the heck? What happened there?
So Des Moines, I grew up right outside of Des Moines. Unfortunately, there was, a couple of tragedies that happened. One of the big ones was the Johnny Gosh kidnapping.
Right.
My friend's parents used to say, it's getting dark. You better get home before you get caught up and kidnapped like that Johnny Gosh kid. You know how terrifying that was to a 5 and 6 year old?
Terrible.
Like that's why when we would run home out of breath, like on the porch, like home base, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest ones, of course, was, if you don't straighten up your act, I'm going to call the police or the police are going to come.
Oh, that's horrible to do
What
to
a
a
terrible
kid.
thing to do to a kid.
What a horrible, and it precipitates that it's just a bad thing to have kids so scared of the cops, because who are they going to call if they need help?
Yeah, exactly.
And you ingrain them with this fear of law and law enforcement, which don't get me started on that, because there is kind of a fear of that. But, as a little kid, you kind of want to be able to trust a law enforcement officer if you need help, and not worry about if you don't clean up your room, the damn cops are going to come and taser you.
So this
Threat. Yeah,
The
that
threat.
threat
The
doesn't hold
The
a
da-
candle to
Oh,
wait,
the dad.
wait till dad gets
Oh
home.
yeah,
Yeah.
wait till dad gets home.
That was not a lie, though. For a lot of kids,
I'm not
that
saying
was
it was
not
a lie. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that was a lot more effective than.
One of the things that I remember, this was in a commercial, and here again, this was our federal government.
Oh, Lord, this ought to be good.
Was when they used to spray for mosquitoes in towns, and I think they do still spray.
Yeah, they spray in our town.
And they used to use DDT.
Yep.
And there was a commercial, an old commercial back in the 60s, I think it was, where the DDT truck is driving down the street and these kids are running back and forth.
out and playing in it.
And the narrator is saying, run in it, kids. It won't harm you at all.
It'll just kill the mosquitoes.
That's just going to kill the mosquitoes. And DDT, dichlorodiphenoyl trichloroxide.
One of the
and I don't
most
know why I
horrible
remember that
things in the
acronym
world.
in my lifetime, but one of the most horrible things. But I remember seeing those commercials.
Yeah.
And the other one was that you can't go swimming when you're on your period.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
So I remember that because, we took a lot of trips, as a family.
Yep.
And I've seen the oceans. I've
Yep.
swam in the oceans, and it was
We tried
the sharks can smell it.
Yeah.
The sharks will smell you. You better not go swimming if you're on your period, because the sharks will
That's
come. And I
right.
was like, well, shit.
I-
What am I supposed to do?
But I remember, that was part of our class,
Yeah.
when we had our whatever class it was.
Your health and hygiene.
Your health and hygiene.
Yeah.
Don't go swimming while you're on your period.
Oh, yeah, because all these horrible things can happen. You can get an infection. Other people can, see your blood leaking out. It's going to infect them.
Okay,
blah,
let's
blah,
not
blah.
go any further there, Bobby.
God. Yeah.
So, but other than that, I can't think of any real major lies that I was kind of told. Can you?
Gosh, I'm trying to. I mean, other than like
I'm sure that
college. You have to go to college to be successful.
That was a
did
big
you know
lie
that
for a lot of people.
Yeah, and over half of college graduates are actually working jobs after college that don't even require a bachelor's degree.
Well, that's kind
So,
of
yeah,
that was misleading, wasn't it?
That was crazy talk.
Well, I will say that if you have any type of lies, even if they were just little lies, and we left out, like I said, the Easter Bunny.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, what
okay.
is it?
Marijuana is a gateway drug.
Well, it kind of is.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, you don't know that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
been
know.
proven it's not.
What? By
Are
who?
you kidding?
By the federal government.
By High Times
By the-
magazine.
By the
And I'm not really, you're going to bring up the whole acid trip and the mushrooms and
No,
everything else.
no.
But let me tell you,
I'm not bringing any of that.
I did that before I ever tried marijuana.
And I just want to clear this up for everybody that this was not a deal that Bobby went on for, this wasn't like summer camp that she was tripping out all the time. She tried it.
Oh, I
It
wasn't
didn't work.
supposed to?
And
She tried it. It didn't work.
And we're moving on.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that you're a drug addict. Because I've
absolutely
been
not.
very fortunate. Now, my kids, my grandkids are all clean. And so, thank God for that. But I do want to hear from our listeners to see what kind of weird lies that they were told.
And tell us what area of the country you grew up in when you heard these lies, because
Yeah,
there's
that's
some
a good-
very specific areas and
That's a good
very
point.
specific, like I'll call them fables that they were told as kids, just for specific areas, especially like, if you grew up in the mountains versus if you grew up around water type of thing.
Yeah, or in the city, in
Right.
the country. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's probably all the absurdity that we have for today. We appreciate you joining us here at the Rabbit Hole Studio. Be sure to follow us. We look forward to spending time with you every week. Please like us, and if you have some feedback, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, please send us a note and tell us those little lies that you were told. Or drop us a short email at boomerandgenxer@gmail.com. If you have hate mail, I'm not interested.
probably a lie
today.
anyway.
It's probably a lie. So anyway, until next week, I'm Jane Burt.
And I'm Bobby Joy.
And you're stuck with us. Peace out.
Later.